Like getting ready to spar or something. These are actually the new forms of the legendaries for Sun and Moon.
That's exciting. The Poplio's
This also looks partly inspired by Kirby, Sun and Moon boss.
Yeah. Oh wow. They do not like bomb.
Because when they're
they can
both
revive?
when they're both on the screen together, they
Oh, ow!
have cooperative abilities.
It's hard to tell. I'm really hurting now. And there was so much potato. I am King Potato Farmer.
Look at how much energy you have. You have 36 energy.
Oh, that was a. Oh, look, my arm is a bird! My arm is a bird! That's sticking his tongue out! I will lick everybody to death!
Okay.
Oh! I broke it.
There's no more over there to do.
Yeah, there aren't enough bosses.
So there's 2 bosses left?
Yes, and they're both in Agni Sort, the super hot facility.
They all, but like another example of when they listen to the fans, and it's been so funny while it's happening, is they have this guy named James Ellsworth who comes from like an indie wrestling group, and he was just supposed to be what is called a squash match victim. A squash match is where they have like a big buff guy. Yes. They have like a big super buff guy just come out and just like maul a guy in like 15 seconds. So he was
a
this
curb
guy.
stomp.
Yeah. And no, curb stomp is actually a banned move because it's caused some serious neck injuries and potential concussions.
No, I mean like
I know,
think also,
I know. It's just, but anyway.
I was saying wrestling. I don't think you're allowed to join us to stomp on people's faces.
No, curb stomp is a special move that Seth Rollins uses. That
it was banned.
He jumps on the back of their head and slams their head into the ground while
oh my
they're
God.
like.
The later stages are brutal. Oh, what is this? Be swift. Well, one way or another. Oh my God, so many mans! You could say there are too many of them.
But yeah, so he was just originally in a squash match. That was his whole thing. He just happened to be there as the guy who got beat up.
I'm getting beat up.
The shape of his head. Oh, well, you're not gonna make it because there's too many guys.
Oh, hey, health. What were you saying?
You're way down from where you started, though. You're down to 5 hit points.
Yeah, I actually failed to be swift.
Well, that's because there were 750,000 guys.
Too many mans.
But yeah, so one thing that's really awkward though about James Ellsworth is he just has very little chin. Like he has a retracted head and it goes like back, and he has like a chin, but it's like really tiny. So they talk all the time about how he has no chin. You're gonna die.
It happens to the best of us and the worst of us.
It usually happens to the worst of us though.
Oh, I got poked by a bee.
It kind of looked like it was like, oops, sorry. Like
so close. Just kidding. That was terrible.
Bureau of Encouragement.
Yes.
But yeah, so, but he became kind of like this, like, everybody loved him, and so they were like, bring him back. So he came back, and now he's like a buddy of Dean Ambrose.
Now he has a huge chin.
And, Dean Ambrose put him in a match versus the world champion for SmackDown. And he beat the world champion twice. Once was a title match, but the title carrier was disqualified, which means that he doesn't get to.
I'm gonna do just one more run, then I am the go.
Okay.
Oh, max energy up.
Magnet.
More energy.
Oh.
More nuts.
Might as well.
I think this is like I know something. Aw.
But yeah, so he won a title match versus the actual champion, but he didn't get the title because he won because he had disqualification. The other guy disqualified. And you don't have a title change on a disqualification unless it's a special stipulation match. It was actually put in basically as a way to allow heels to retain in shady ways that could cause people to what happened.
Kill him.
I saw what happened, but it was just what. and but they kind of play him as this like goofy do-no-right character, and it works all right.
But he's too goofy to be a champion.
Well, not only that, but
do not despawn.
He's been with the company for such a short amount of time that it would be really weird to give him a championship anyway, all of a sudden. But
he has no face.
The other thing is they're still trying to build the credibility.
No powers. Okay.
They're still trying to build the credibility of their new champion since he just came to the company. He already has a lot of credibility with general wrestling fans because he's been successful in a lot of different promotions.
And my prize is
helmet.
Bolt dash quicker. I dash quicker. Dash completes quicker. Oh, I see. I don't like skid out of the dash. That red has always been kind of meh. They buffed it, but still isn't all that as fun as the others. The pink ones are the best.
Plus, I have a feeling people would really complain if AJ Styles lost to a joke character, even if it was because the fans demanded the joke character come back. But the other thing is, since he's like he is, they actually had him fight. Originally, he was just gonna get, mauled, and that was gonna be the end of it.
And he wouldn't have a chin.
Yeah, and
because of it, they would remove his chin.
You probably know who Shawn Michaels is.
I've heard the name. HBK.
Yeah.
The guy you don't like?
Yeah. His special ability was, yes, like a video game. His finisher was called Sweet Chin Music, which was a connecting shot where he kicked with a super kick to the underside of the jaw. Well, he uses the same thing. He gets like super hyped up and uses it, and they called it No Chin Music.
Oh, that for a speed up. I love it though. No Chin Music.
And like they also did a spot where he was put into a chin lock and he slipped out because and then when it happens the guy looked like really confused, like, what?
Oh, the guy who did the lock?
Yeah, and then and then Ellsworth goes like this and points his chin and goes, like, well, I don't have your chin, like,
he self-referent. So the company acknowledges that.
Yeah, like he owns it, and it's great. And
I don't know what to tell you.
But he also, he seems like a nice guy, and so like
he's
I really
a lovable
like
goof.
him. Yeah, and like that was all because the fans pushed to have him come back. And
listen to the fans.
And they did it. It was really enjoyable.
Gotta go fast.
And then with Bayley, they're like, bring her up to the top. She's
really
awesome.
No.
And then they did, and once they brought her up...
Oh no, this again!
Once they brought her up, they've just never let her win or anything, under any circumstance.
Well...
I thought you said this one sucked.
Yes.
But you could have so many hit points.
With my speed, though!
Jump in an arc. Oh, so it goes in the same direction. That's not really momentum then, it's direction that it has. But,
it's really bad to use if you're standing there.
Another example of them totally ignoring the fans is, the most popular heel, which is a strange thing, but he's, like, super
Heels
loved.
are meant to be unpopular?
He's designed to do bad things or evil things. But he does it so well, everyone just loves him. Is a guy who goes by the name Bray Wyatt. His actual name is Wyndham Rotunda, which is not a very wrestling-y name.
It's not very ordinary. Oh my god, why?
Jiggle, jiggle.
Jiggle physics are in this game.
But yeah, so he plays a guy named Bray Wyatt, who's the guy who I've said before is like the backwoods cult leader.
Oh, the creepy, spooky guy?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, even I can appreciate a good villain.
Yeah, and like he does an awesome job. He really performs extremely well. So he's supposed to come across as like this menacing, evil kind of guy. They never let him win. Like, they never let him win. It's hard to be threatening when you get defeated in every match you're in.
Well, there's fire!
And so, people have been complaining about it. They're like, dude, just let him win. If you want a guy to be a bad guy, you have to actually make him seem like a pretty threatening guy. And so, they had basically for 2 years where he almost never won a match. But he was supposed to come across as this big threatening guy.
This big bad?
Yeah, and like his performance did great, but they just would never let him win.
So he's Skeletor.
Yes. Precisely.
Eat down to the voice.
He had a very different voice there.
More going fast.
But,
look at the speed on that! Whoa! Oh my god!
he has such a great charisma, though, and so...
Well, cult leaders should, right?
Yeah, and like, but he delivers it, and they won't let him be the character that he wants to be.
That they want him to be. I do not like the design of the fire area bosses.
And he,
That is your weakness.
like, another example of, this, actually led to a guy ending his contract early, was, not ending his contract early, but not re-signing up with the company because he was sick and tired how they treated him, was a guy whose name is Cody Rhodes. He's a third-generation wrestler. He,
What does that mean?
his family's been in the business for 3 generations. Dustin Rhodes, and then, I don't know if it's his brother or his uncle, Dusty, or Dustin. Dustin Rhodes played a character named Goldust, who's like this...
I've heard of him.
Yeah, he plays kind of this weird kind of...
Gold guy.
Gold-colored androgynous character.
Yeah, I remember that. Which is really weird in wrestling, androgyny.
And, he would sell it because he's just such a good performer. He actually didn't like the gimmick and burned his stuff at one time and switched companies and then eventually came back.
Because he didn't like his gimmick of being a weirdo?
Yeah, just because he was tired of portraying the same character. He sold it well, and he still plays the character now. He just, for a while, hated the character.
Is he in Goldust again?
Yeah, he's Goldust now. But, Cody Rhodes, who is of some relation to Dustin Rhodes, and also Dusty Rhodes. But, he was basically put in as Goldust 2, named Stardust. And while he sold the gimmick really well, he wanted to go back to just being Cody Rhodes, and they basically were like, well, Cody Rhodes is boring.
What are you, Mr. Platform?
I think, probably. Nope, just a regular platform.
I've never seen you before.
You're slightly underwhelmed, though, by the fact that it's just a platform.
Yes. No powers. Okay. I mean, my powers are great, but sure.
But yeah,
Wrong way.
they basically told him that he as himself was boring. And so he's like, well then fine, I'll go to a place that takes me seriously, and he left. And, the fans actually didn't know that because he was so good at selling that he liked the character and played the character that
alright, I can either have my crazy dash or half my powers are free.
You could have crazy graveyard theory. Ghost tried to approach me.
He got married.
Yep.
I don't know why. It's relevant, but...
You said crazy.
No, I was saying him getting married, how that was relevant to anything.
Yeah, well, he tried to approach him, but he found out, you know, the guy got hitched. And he was doing pretty well for himself.
Ghosts.
Man, you got all the money. You have 86 right now.
Oh my god! There's an item that lets you collect interest on the money you haven't spent. Like 10%, I think, per stage.
Nice. But yeah, the WWE just has, like, no respect for anyone. It's kind of disappointing because they do enough things right to keep people around, and they do so much wrong that it just infuriates people. They even, like, spent 2 years lampshading it, and instead of fixing it, they just lampshaded it.
They thought it was funny?
Yeah, like, they had...
well, time to spend money.
Well, they've always had the chairman gimmick.
Oh, so many helmets, but it's half off and... No. Oh, that's the Ox Jack, though. I might have to go back for that. I can do that. Oh, I have so much money to spend on this. You get to use it, get one. I'm probably gonna make the par time, but I want that.
You can go back into the challenge thing?
Yes. That's the bet. That's how you do it.
But but yeah, they've always had the chairman gimmick as the chairman being a complete d-bag. But
And
they
no
had,
one wants it.
But for 2 years they had what was called the Authority, and the Authority was Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Who
Oh my God!
I'm still not a big fan of Stephanie, but she's done some things that are alright. But for the most part, I just can't. stand it.
Better than Vince?
Basically, Vince too. That's why. That's why I get so frustrated with it. But the whole thing of the Authority was they would always do things that the fans didn't like to get boos as the heel because they were playing the heel guy kind of character. But they would always say, "We're doing this because we know what's best for business." What is the pink hat do?
It gives you a higher max charge level.
Oh.
But I want to have as many of a single color as I can.
I know, I was just wondering what it did.
Where you gonna appear, ye? Okay.
And, I mean, it did get boos, but at the same time, people were also kind of like, okay,
Okay.
this is dumb.
This is this
and,
character.
you know. And so, but like, people really pushed it, 2016. As many things as are wrong with 2016, wrestling has been improving.
I don't think I can make it unless he appears down here like a dumb. This'll do. Phew! I'm out of juice.
Oh, were you thinking you were gonna die?
No, he doesn't run out of time.
Oh.
Enemies drop more nuts. I'd like to get that earlier. Whoa! Whoa! Wait, what?
What was it?
Huh? Physics, yo.
You just had awkward momentum?
Yes.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Potato!
This game is all about having energy.
It's all about having potatoes, specifically.
Does your energy reset at the start of a level?
No. There are items that give you more energy. It's easier to regain energy than health, as is typical in games. That was like bonk.
Right, there's another sky level?
Yes, there's 2 of each level.
Yeah, but I thought you did build them.
Nope. Nut find up again. Oop. See, I'm not used to projectiles that work like this, so I miss a lot.
Oh, I missed!
Wario, you're a quick draw. I win.
And then there's Luigi.
No, I think
And then he
that.
does that.
Oh! Oh!
I mean, he sounds like he's having like some actual physical agony from his failure.
Or he's yodeling. Sadly, sad yodel.
Oh man, I hate sad yodeling. The worst. You know the last time I sad yodeled?
No,
And forgot to upgrade the sauce machine.
I do not remember the sad yodel.
God damn it! That sauce machine.
I need a foot upgrade for the sauce machine.
Exactly. Wait, a foot upgrade for the sauce machine.
Yes, I mean I need to upgrade my feet and the sauce machine. So
Oh, and also the sauce machine. Right, sauce machine. Right.
Metal Gear. What?
Metal Gear.
Oh, man.
Exactly.
Oh, our prize is plasma blender.
That's really short range, but it does seem to have a lot of attacks really fast.
And it charges as it hits. It's that one. More, I want to demonstrate it. You're always going to get the regular sword, so I'll always...
Super narrow range. I see it gets bigger the more you hit it, but...
Med! Oh, no powers. Oh. that energy upgrade power-up's having a good time.
because it keeps going up in the
Yes. What?
air. You get one hit, you hit.
Yes.
I thought we had a bunch of health drop upgrades. It was about the last one.
Goodbye! Oh, okay.
Get it!
Damn it!
Definitely a Mega Man.
Health pickups might grant armor.
As well as health? Or instead?
Yes, as well.
Because, hey, there might be problems. You get nerd. that do?
That's an energy vending machine.
It's blue, but it drops green batteries.
No, the batteries are blue. The green ones are health. Oh! Oh my god, that's so fast! I got you. I get you. I'm just gonna fly over there now.
That one soul chip.
Oh, it made a sad face?
Yeah, I made a sad face after the. Because you only got one. So are you gonna buy the upgrades beforehand, or do they stay until the next time you play?
I
Soul
think when you exit the game, you lose them. So I'm not. But you keep your soul chips. So I'm not gonna buy them here. Oh no! You seem to be warmer to this than I expected.
Well, that's what I mean. You're gonna use the soul chips before
No.
you exit the game.
No, no, I'm not.
Oh, you don't lose.
Yeah, you don't lose the soul chips, but I'll lose whatever I buy. I will lose. I won't get. Won't carry over to the next run if I buy them and then exit.
Oh no, I meant to unlock more things.
All right, what are you? What?
You got the same one?
I can use some health.
Yes, you can.
That was all very improbable. I didn't know you could just get the same item you already had.
And then you also didn't know you're going to make all of those falls actually land on platforms instead of dying. That is not a good enemy to have to fight with this.
Goodbye. Gravity. Good. Let the salt flow through you. Listen.
I also don't like how the comments are kind of teabagging.
Yeah, you don't like those.
That's why I tend to try and ignore the new U station.
Next update in a week.
I read that out of order and I thought it said upgraded in 6 yards instead of 6
Good
days.
boy. Yeah, I like that. My game is much better than Mighty number 9.
Shin is abandoning us,
Oh,
and I am going to bed because I have 2 more days of work still, and I'm already sick and tired of it from like 3 days ago. I mean, I wanted to stay home since the first day of my shift.
Yeah, I mean, most people generally don't want to go to work.
But 8 days is awful.
7 days is bad.
8 days is horrible.
I won't disagree.
8 days is so bad.
It is if you dislike your job, which is the norm.
Well, like, I don't dislike my job in the aspect of the things that I could do. It's the fact that I end up having to do the specific things that I don't like mostly.
Well, the problem is you dislike most of the things.
No, I dislike 2 specific things, and those 2 things are the things I have to do the most.
So generally, your Fallout work is almost always supervisor related.
In part, and the other part is that the only other person who I have to work with most often is the one who's the least competent, and in the process I end up having to cover more hides in the process. Like today, if it were anyone else I was working with, I would have been able to get everything I needed done in a reasonable time. My manager had to come and do one of my jobs for me because I could not leave where I was to go get that done.
On you.
Yeah.
You know what makes me mad most?
When Pac-Man plays in reverse.
That's fine. It's when I get denied not working. That is what makes me angry. And that's I
Get denied not working.
Yes, when I feel I should have a break, but I don't get one. Or when it's time for me to get off work, but I can't leave because my relief hasn't been shown up.
I have never once really gotten a break at my current job. We're supposed to get 2 breaks a day. I don't think I've ever had a break.
That makes me angry when that happens.
No, there are 2 things I don't like. At my jobs are different than your job, although you might have had it when you were at the grocery store, is when I'm off the clock and someone says, "Excuse me, do you work here?" and just because of your character, you have to help them even though you're not on the clock and not getting paid.
They once called me back to the front while I was on my lunch break. I was off the clock.
I've had that happen at the place where you now work numerous times.
I was in the restroom, so I couldn't make it, and I went to the break room, and I'm like, fine. At least I put my spaghetti in the microwave. Then I'll go front. But I met the person willing to talk to me there, and they're like, "Hey, you gotta talk to the person who's in charge of the front when you get back to the front."
Mm. I had numerous problems with that when I was there.
But yeah, my break is like 3 minutes late. I start to get angry. I understand that is not
Rational.
really, but anger, it's an emotion. Emotions are often irrational.
But
Yeah, it is like it makes me actually angry.
see, it's funny because for me, I get the thing that makes me the angriest is not getting to do what I want to, like, do what I need to do. So not getting,
you don't like when people prevent you from doing your job.
yeah, so like yours is you don't like not getting to work. Mine is I don't like when I can't get to work. I'd rather do the thing I need to do and move on to the next task. And almost every job I've ever had has mostly kept me or made me have to
Honestly,
go do other things and come back in the middle. And getting interrupted from the thing I'm doing irritates me to no end. That's why I get so irritated when the phone rings, even though it's just a phone call.
I mean, with me, when you're bagging, you don't really have a goal or end to your task.
Yeah, no, but like for me, like if I'm doing the books and I have to go check, I hate that. If I am, making a display and I have to go to a meeting and then leave and then I get called back to another meeting and then I have to do that and then I get called to go do something somewhere else and then so yeah, when I can't just get the thing done that I'm wanting to get done, that irritates me to no end.
When I have to bag.
I don't like bagging. Bagging sucks.
Bagging's boring.
I don't like bagging and I don't like getting carts.
I love
And
getting
oh,
carts.
you will hate getting carts by the time you're done with that place.
Oh, why? When the weather's bad?
When the weather's bad, because you start to realize just how crappy people are and how they will put carts in places that are inconvenient.
Carts on the grass.
Yes, people like putting carts on the grass. I've seen numerous times where they're laying sideways or stuck up on the curb or.
Seen a lot of that. I probably draw lines. I see a cart wet, like driven through someone's windshield.
And then they have like.
I'll draw the line there.
And then the other one is like how you have the stall, which is wide enough to have small carts and then also large carts, and then people put small, large. Yeah. I can't stand that. How lazy, and it has to be laziness because no one is dumb enough to think that a large cart fits behind a small cart.
Well, again, it's the laziest moves here when you just have a cart just in a parking spot.
That happens very frequently.
Yes, it's not uncommon.
It is common. So yeah, like the first couple times I got carts, I was like,
topic that you can only hear one side of.
Well, no, they can probably hear your voice over my mic.
Oh, okay.
There is, let's see here. What else did I hate to do there? Pretty much the only, like, okay, so you see this place. I hated doing everything except cleaning when I was at the grocery store.
I hate cleaning.
See, no, like, because I could just be in my own little world, just doing what I needed to do.
I was in my own world when I do carts.
Thinking, what I want to, get done when I get home or whatever. Yeah, I could be super meticulous and kind of just.
Though, when you're at work, you're just only thinking of not work.
Yeah. But like when I would clean, I'd get super meticulous. I'm about quality when I do things. You see, like if I make a display at work, it's gonna be nice looking. It's not just gonna be, put it up and go on to the next thing. And so when I clean. Like I had
Not me.
when I would like I would go into the break room and I would clean the tables, clean the countertops, clean out the entire refrigerator, wipe down all the chairs, clean the phone, clean the mouthpiece of the phone, clean the earpiece of the phone, clean all the buttons on the phone, make sure that all of the little like slots where the speaker are were as empty of dust as they could. Make sure that there was paper towels in all of the paper towel dispensers.
You would not
vacuum the carpet.
You would hate cleaning alongside me because I have a very low standard for cleaning. When I see something
Mm.
like a mirror that needs cleaning, I just see a mirror.
And
I'm
then,
very bad at noticing.
see, like on a mirror, I would
uncleanness.
be irritated if there were streaks. I would be like, buffing out as much of the streaks as I could. Um, and that's part of why I hated when we were at the restaurant that we both worked at, because of the fact that, you'd have to do the same thing for so long that even if you were meticulous, then they'd say, well, you're not cleaning enough of the place.
Well, oh, those things where that they want expect you to clean things that could not be cleaned.
Well, not necessarily that, but like, okay, so you saw how big the dining area
Oh yeah,
was.
yeah.
That
They
I,
didn't give you enough time to do your job.
well, no, it's not that. It's that I would, like, I would get the basics done, and then I'd go to my corner and I'd do it, like something in depth, like clean the paper towel dispensers. And they'd say, well, you can't be sitting down and doing this, even though what I was doing was cleaning and sitting
God
down.
damn it.
And then they would say, well, the other thing is there's a whole bunch of the dining room to clean. I'd be like, yeah, but I already did it. They'd be like, well, people have probably eaten since then. I'd be like, I know where they haven't eaten because I've been over here watching it.
So, oh yeah, the problem there was they would just look for just an excuse to tell you to do something.
Well, not only that, but they would always put me on the stations that I didn't want to do.
Like
Um,
most of them, still. It
well,
was
like,
like,
no, I loved pots and pans for a while. I used to like cold foods, and I didn't mind the breakfast thing when I had a semi-competent coworker on that one.
yeah.
But usually what would happen is I would end up being on my own doing the breakfast thing, which would mostly result in me having to clean milk off the floor and have to lift 40-pound bags of milk into the milk machine. And when I was and then they would always have me in dishes. And dishes is horrible because it's about 25 degrees hotter than the rest of the entire building.
Oh, the dish room, yes.
Yes.
It is the humid.
It's ridiculously hot, and then you literally can only just stand there and feel miserable for about an hour and a half.
It's just pots and pans, but worse.
No, because I love pots and pans. Pots and pans, you could,
Move
get down and actually like clean stuff. You just move things onto a conveyor belt,
You are
move things onto a conveyor.
basically just being a sweaty robot.
Yeah, you're basically just a cog when you're in the dish room.
A very sweaty cog.
Yeah, and so it was horrible.
Boring and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I guess the problem there was the management. I guess that seems to be the
Oh
general
yeah.
consensus.
No, the management there was absolutely terrible.
I don't have much of an eye for good people or bad people.
I tend to be able to judge pretty quick. Um, once someone slights me, probably if you slight me twice, you've lost my trust. And so,
I don't. If you like murder me, you lose my trust.
but like for me, like for actual seriousness, like if someone, says they're gonna do something twice, unless I've already developed a reason that I feel like I can give you more chances, that's it. I mean, that's why there are a couple bosses that I've had who, even though I had to work with them, I did not like them, and they knew I didn't like them, even though I didn't tell them to their face. They could tell by my demeanor.
Which is bad.
And
Bad when your
so,
boss knows you don't like them.
yeah, and so, I mean, you could tell. So anyway, final outro on
I'll get
this.
you.
Um, we have the ability to do console streams now. We're getting it kind of polished and done. It should be ready soon. So look forward to that as well. I got to get ready for bed. I got work in the morning for 2 more days, which is how we got on the subject in the first place. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you guys again later. Have a good night.